بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Welcome back to my channel QHE Tajweed Rules of the Quran channel in English. We are in the second class of النبر, the chapter of النبر, and we explained last class what's النبر mean, and we go through this draw, which is the placement of the Nabr in the Quran. We said we have the first place when we stop, second place when we stopping or connecting in both cases, and third place when we connect only. And last time we talked about first category under when we stop. We have two categories. We talked about when we stop on a letter with Shadda at the end of the word. And we talked about the exception of it too. Today, inshallah, we will take the second case here, when we stop, which is when we stop in Hamza after mad or leen letter. When we stop in Hamza in the end of the word after mad or leen letter. For the in stopping and connecting, we have two cases, and this is our next class, inshallah. First case is واو and يا شدة, or المد الكلمي اللازم المثقل, the compulsory heavy lengthening in a word. And last case here when we connect and it has a special placements in the Quran. We said we have exception for the stop in a letter with a shadda at the end of the word. We explained it last class. You can back for the last class. I will put for you the link of it in the description. And we have another exception in this case, which is al-madd al-lazim al-kalami al-muthaqqal. When we go inshallah through it, we will see the exception of it too. Today we will talk about this case, Hamza in the end of word after mad or leen letter. Let's go together and see this case and how can we read these words. Second case, Hamza in the end of a word after mad or leen letter. When this is happen, when we stop. Examples. Example, we have word and see. This is how we stop on it. We make Nabr in the last Hamza. Why we make Nabr, we will know, but how can we stop again? We will see in more examples. But if you look here, this Hamza has Dhamma. It has Dhamma. When I stop on it, this Dhamma, it will turn to Sukun. And before this Hamza, I have Mad Wajib Muttasil, 4 beats. You can back for the classes of Mudud to know the kind of Mudud. So I stretch 4 beats and then the Hamza. So how can I read it one more time? And see. This is the first example. Second example here, word as-su. This is how I stop in the Hamza too. I raise my voice in the Hamza a little bit to make it clear. So if you look here, this is Hamza with kasra, but if I stop, it will turn to Sukun. It has Mad Wajib Muttasil before it, so I stretch this waw 4 beats and then I sound the Hamza. In this case, I should to make it with Nabr. Again, this Hamza I make Nabr on it when I have mad or leen letter before it and I stop on this Hamza. Next example is, it's an example for a leen here. Sheen fatha ya sukun, this is leen, it's not mad. Mad, it should to be ya preceded by kasra, but here it's preceded by fatha, that means this is leen. In this case, I will make Nabr in the Hamza, in mad or leen, in both cases, but I show you for you different example. These two examples, it's for mad, and this example for leen now. So I have to stretch this يا 4 beats because it's مد واجب متصل in one word and it's end with Hamza. And I should in this case to make Nabr in the Hamza when I stop on it. Instead of to kasra, it will be sukun. How can I read it? شيء. Okay. So next one. Word السماء. This is how I stop in the Hamza. I cut the voice on it and I raise my voice a little bit to make it clear. Next word is قُرُوء. This is how I stop in the Hamza with a Nabr. Inshallah, this is clear for you. What happens if I don't make this Nabr? What happens if I don't make this Nabr? Let's read one of these words without Nabr and see how it will be. السماء. What happened for the Hamza? It disappear, right? That's why this is the reason of Nabr in the Hamza. Reason for Nabr, so the Hamza is not lost after a long mad or leen letter. Note, the Nabr here is to bring out the Hamza by collision تصادم القوي and not by contact التلامس because the mouth is busy with long time on mad. So in this case, we need to make it clear in the end. So you have to hit the Hamza, the articulation point of the Hamza, the vocal cords, it should to be hit very strong each other. And you make the Hamza clear. السماء. This is how you make it. So you raise your voice and you make collision very strong in the vocal cords. Inshallah, this is clear for you. This is when we stop. So we finish the two cases of when we stop. The first case, it was in the letter with Shadda, and we talked about the exception on it. Right now, today, we talked about al-Hamza when we stop on it after mad or leen letter. How can we stop on it? This is the second case of Nabr. Our lesson for today is done. Continue watching me, inshallah. We will explain the next three cases in the next few classes of the Nabr in the Quran al-Kareem. And please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And please don't forget to push the bell so you can get every new video. Plus, don't forget to look in the describe box. You will find the links for each lesson in this chapter, inshallah. And plus, you will find sometimes some explaining or some important point on it. جزاكم الله خيرا to watch my channel QHE Tajweed Rules of the Quran channel by English. See you inshallah next class. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.